my passion isn't just the game. It's Arizona State. It's Arizona State hockey. It's this institution. It's everything that it stands for, everything that I always knew this place could become.
Arizona State head hockey coach Greg Powers. We appreciate you taking the time today, Coach.
Fellas, it's great to join you. How are you?
Absolutely fantastic.
Doing great. Before we get into hockey, I got to know, how does it feel to have like maybe the greatest last name in coaching history?
I don't know, but I wouldn't go that far. But
I mean, Powers is it's a powerful last name.
Powers. Yeah, I could have worse. I could have a worse last name. That's fine.
Love it. Look, I also love the AI country music song that another Arizona State coach had put together for the hockey team. Just what was your initial thoughts when you saw that new country hit?
Kenny sent it to me yesterday morning, and I was laughing my ass off. He's a beauty. I think his ADHD kicks in on Sundays, and he just sits there with his computer and his headphones on and makes music. And I told him he's got a football's going to work out with him. It already has, but if it didn't, he'd have a future in song making for sure.
Well, I mean, not just with Kenny Dillingham, but with ASU fans and hockey fans in general in the Valley. You guys have taken up this mantle and kind of carried the torch over post Coyotes hockey. I want to know, to you personally, what does that mean? And does that add a little extra pressure?
That pressure is a privilege in every way, and when you're as passionate about this hockey community as I am, and you get the opportunity to take that torch and be the community's team and the market's team. That's an unbelievable pressure that we'll take all day, every day. We're proud to have it. And so far we've delivered, and we feel like we're just getting started. So, if the hockey community and the sports community are starting to gravitate us now, we're only going to continue to get better and better. So the future is really bright.
I know you guys still have so much that you want to accomplish, not only this season and the postseason and really beyond, but for you to see Mullet this past weekend, as loud, as active as it was, to get the wins that you guys did at this time in the tournament, just looking back to when you first got to Arizona State, just what's it like emotionally to see how far this program has come?
Unbelievable. I mean, the amount of texts and messages that I've got, since Saturday, just kind of, reflecting, everybody that's been a part of this ride, like, hey, it's a lot different than Oceanside. And it is, it's been incredible. What a ride this has been. And you could feel the atmosphere at Mullet just kind of doing this as the season went on and on. It's always been really good, but it takes time for fan bases to develop traditions and student sections to develop traditions and chants and all that stuff. And it started to take shape in that Denver weekend where we beat them in overtime on Saturday. And then it carried over to the Western Michigan weekend where it was electric and the fans just were pushing and you could feel their energy. And certainly it did in playoffs. It was an unbelievable atmosphere.
Obviously, you mentioned Denver, the reigning national champions. You've beat them 3 times this year, but you're also taking them on next. Is it hard to balance the fact that you're taking on a team that has accomplished so much, but is going to face you with a chip on their shoulder based off of what happened in the regular season?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a huge challenge, and we had success against them this season. We split with them last season, and the game we lost, we had a 3-goal lead. So we feel like we match up really well with how they play. Both teams with a ton of skill, a ton of speed, and generally, in a playoff game like we're going into on Friday, probably the team that gets the better goaltending is probably going to come out on top. So they're going to be going. We know that they want to go win a trophy this weekend, and they're a program that has more national championship trophies than anybody. They have 10 of them. So a huge challenge ahead, but our guys are ready to embrace it, and I can't wait to see how we do on Friday.
I want to get your thoughts on Ryan Kerwin, who has obviously had such a stellar season. He added to it with an overtime game winner just this past weekend, in maybe the biggest moment that you guys have had all season long. Just what has it meant to you to see the progress that he's made this season, and really what has he brought to the program?
He's brought everything. Off the ice, he's one of the best teammates we have in that room. He's a great leader. Comes with a smile on his face every day. He's excited to be here, genuinely having fun. And that's one of our kind of, themes and how we build our culture is if you're having fun, you're playing free. We want our guys to show up to the rink and make that their very best part of their day, and have fun playing the game they love. And I think that goes a long way with a player's success. And Ryan's done that every day. But the challenge that we gave Ryan was he was always known as kind of a gunslinger, a kid that could score goals, was to focus on his play off the puck, focus on his defensive play, and make him understand that all those things, when you do all those other things really well, he has the talent and the ability to layer onto those things and really become a complete player to help us win games. And then obviously, raise his stock, his free agent stock to hopefully get an NHL contract. And he's done that. He's done everything. He plays the right way. He's killing penalties now, which he's never done in his career. He's a kid that I trust in literally every situation. He's out on the ice 5-on-6 at the end of games to ice games for us. And we're just thrilled we were able to get him for a year.
You don't need me to tell you, but there is a lot on the line, possibly 1 to 2 wins away from an NCAA tournament spot. One of our diehards, William, wants to know, what's the mindset in the locker room knowing that there is a lot on the line coming up?
Yeah, I mean, for us, really the past month, it's been playoff hockey, right? Whether it was coasting Western Michigan, going on the road in a really tough environment at Omaha and getting a win there, and then obviously playing playoffs here. So, now we're at the point where we just can continue to remind our guys, like, hey, especially the seniors and the guys that have been here and the guys that don't have any eligibility left, every time you put on the jersey now, you're maybe putting it on for the last time. So just play like it. And if you play like it and you leave everything you have out there, we believe we have the team that'll take care of itself if they do that. And if it doesn't, and we don't get the result we want, at least you can say you did that. But we have a lot on the line. There's no doubt about it. There's a pathway for us to still get in with a win. And certainly right now, all we're focused on is going up there and winning the trophy and just taking care of it on our own completely.
I know you, like you just said, are so focused on getting the trophy and really taking this team as far as it will possibly go, not just in this tournament, but beyond that. Do you feel like this team has accomplished enough and is worthy of an at-large bid if things didn't go the right way for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, we do, and unfortunately, my opinion doesn't count. It's the pairwise opinion. But every other year in the history of the NCHC, the second seed has been a lock for the tournament, and so not only are we a 2 seed and make the frozen face-off, but we're still fighting to get in. The computer has loved Hockey East all year. It's really the first time that it's been that way, and the NCHC hasn't been. But the non-league RPI, Miami struggles and has the season that they had in a rebuild year. It hurts our league, and then you have situations like Augustana sweeping CC and Omaha on the road, and that brings down a conference's RPI. So it's I think it's good information for Sun Devil hockey fans that in preseason or pre-conference season, out of conference play, we always want to cheer for teams in our league because it brings up our league RPI, and that's why Hockey East is so high this year, because they had a hell of a non-conference slate.
One of the things that I think resonates with ASU fans with you is that you could tell that it's a genuine care and interest and investment, not just in the kids and the players, but in the community in Arizona State. You mentioned putting on that jersey before. What do those colors, what does that logo, what does that jersey mean to Coach Powers?
It means everything. I'm lucky enough to do this as a career now, but when I started, it wasn't for money. It wasn't for anything other than just helping young men become men and loving the university and institution at the club level that brought me out to Arizona from Indiana when I was just a high school senior. So it was about giving back, and it's developed into a career for me. And I'm incredibly fortunate that I'm able to support my family doing what I love and my passion. And my passion isn't just the game. It's Arizona State. It's Arizona State hockey. It's this institution. It's everything that it stands for, everything that I always knew this place could become. And just like every other diehard fan that listens to you guys, had season tickets to football back when, Sam Keller and Rudy Carpenter were our quarterback. And I was on the field when we beat Nebraska 19-0 in 1996 and snapped their win streak. And I was one of the guys on the goalpost pulling it down, going down to Mill Avenue, carrying it down Mill
We got
Avenue.
to find that photo somewhere.
Need the photo.
Got to be somewhere. But yeah, I love this place, and now it's becoming what we always, people that genuinely love it always knew it could become, not just the hockey program, but what Kenny's doing with football, what I'm convinced Willie's going to continue to do with baseball as he builds that up, and everybody here. Matt Thurman's an unbelievable coach with the golf, Missy, both alums, Zeke with wrestling. So, we're just in a great place, led by a true Sun Devil in Graham, who really feels about this place like what I do. He just loves Arizona State, and we're very lucky to be able to work for the institution that we love so much.
It's definitely been a great time for Arizona State fans over the last year, but it has certainly been a little bit more difficult, I think, for just Arizona hockey fans, right, over the course of the last 18 months or so. When you hear the phrase or the words "hockey belongs in the desert," what does that mean to you?
Yeah, it's for me, it's like, I love it. I love that people are passionate about proving that it does. For me, it's just, we've already proven that it does. You look at, some of the elite world-class players that are from here now playing at the highest level in the world and excelling as much as not, if not more than anybody, on Austin Matthews and Matthew Nyes, and, there's a bunch of them. But for me, it's just, it's never because I'm so in the trenches in this hockey community, it's never been a market issue, right? It's a great hockey market. We have transplants from all over the world that love the sport. And in my opinion, supply doesn't meet demand. We need more ice sheets here because there's not enough ice to provide to all the kids that want to play this game. And you got kids practicing at 10 p.m. and adult leagues playing at midnight because there's not enough ice. So we got to continue to grow this thing, and we will. But the NHL failing here was not a market issue, and that's why I think the NHL was so staunch on keeping it and trying to make it work. It was an ownership issue. Let's be flat out, straight up honest. It was an ownership issue in every way. So when it comes back, and I'm convinced that it will come back, I know that the National Hockey League is going to find an owner that does it the right way, that builds the arena in the right place in the valley, and make sure that it's going to be successful. It's not going to fail again.
Yeah, you can say the ownership thing about 100 times. I'm a nod my head in agreement 1,000,000 times alongside with it. Last one from me. If you could sum up the essence of Sun Devil hockey in just a couple of sentences, what would that be?
I think it's just one of our core values is passion. That's the biggest thing is we want our players and our staff and anyone that touches this program to love what they do, love who they do it with, and love what they do it for. Right? If you do those things and you're passionate, truly, genuinely passionate about what you do every day, and most importantly, love who you do it with, you're going to be that much better at what you do. Doesn't matter what it is. It's not just about hockey or football. It could be business. It could be family. It could be anything you do in your life. If you just apply passion, I think you're going to be successful. I think passion will always trump logic, and that's what our program really has been founded on.
Ooh, I love that. I love that.
Passion will trump logic. I like that.
That's definitely good stuff. Look, we got a lot of Arizona State hockey diehards in the chat that have been in the YouTube chat for weeks now saying, talk hockey. And they've been all over social media, and they're just so amped about what you guys have accomplished and hopefully will still accomplish throughout the course of the rest of the postseason. Do you have a message to just Sun Devil hockey fans, whether that be about the season, about what's ahead, or really just anything at all?
Yeah, hey, our fans and supporters are helping us build this program, and kids see videos of the way Mullet rocks when we score an overtime goal in the playoffs or whatever the situation is throughout the course of the last 3 years here at Mullet, and they're helping us develop this. Our mantra is be the tradition, and so we're all about setting standards and doing things here that have never been done before. And now our fans are a part of that in every way, and they're helping set the standard to the best environment in college hockey, which we believe we have. And I've said it 1,000,000 times. We feel like, obviously chapter 2 of the program started this year, but it really does feel like we're just getting started. Now we have everything. We have the fan base, we have the arena, we have the facilities, We have the staff. We're in the best league in college hockey. All the boxes are checked, and people that have been with us and stood by us for so long are starting to see the culmination of all that hard work take shape, and off we go.
Coach, well, I think I speak for everybody in here and a lot of the fans in the chat right now that say they've got 100% confidence in Arizona State and you moving forward this week. We appreciate you taking the time, and, of course, best of luck against Denver, Coach.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you having me on. We'll do it again.